Okay then, welcome back. Part 3 of my Beano collection. Huge, isn't it? No, it's not. I want more. But let's start with the 1990 Beano book. We're in the 90s now. And there, so we've got a disco, and poor Nasher gets spun around at the end. We've got a rhyme, 10 blue bottles, crawling on a wall, quite good, and then it continues on the back cover. It was originally £3.25, and the last book we have a price for originally was £2, so that's quite an impressive jump, and we'll see the prices rising in these comics as we go along. And then we'll look, this wasn't right. The last comic that we had, 1985, it was black and red, most of it. But look, now it's all in full colour. General Jumbo, full colour. Again, my favourite, like I said in the last part. Ball Boy, full colour. The whole annual is full colour. And it looks a lot brighter. So the 90s is a colourful decade, as far as the Beano is concerned. The next one, 1991. The Beano book, there's a party. And then poor Nasher, and poor Dennis gets his ice cream swept away by Nasher. There's a fun cover. He's got loads of mobiles and with all the Beano's characters in his bedroom, wetting poor Nasher. But then it all gets ruined. Again, it's all full colour, it's all beautiful, and it's pretty cool. Most of the characters you see here, in fact, if I see anything, in fact I'm pretty certain that most of these, with maybe the exception of this little fella, is still in the today's Beano. They could be wrong there. But this is one thing. This story here is one with all the Beano characters in, which is pretty good. And as we go along, we'll get more of these sort of complete Beano stories. Next one, we skip a year and we go to 1993. Here they've got a load of dustbins with wheels. They've invented the wheelie bin, and they've got Nasher pulling the front. And then at the back, oh dear, end up a landfill more or less. This one was definitely from Oxfam. Originally £4.10, and that's a price rise of 15p in the past 2 years. Then welcome to the Beano book. Now this Beano book cost me £1.49, and it's evidently used to belong to someone called Richard Plum. If you're watching this, Richard, please tell me how you pronounce your name, because I don't know how to pronounce your name. And also, no, you're not having your book back. So yeah, again, all colourful. Most of these are still in the Beano today. Oh boy. There's a General Jumbo story. Like I said, General Jumbo is my absolute favourite comic in the Beano. But, hang on. Pansy Potter. Now, that's odd. She hasn't been in it for years. She must have made a comeback at this point in time. Because most of the characters that you'll see in the Beano reflect the weekly Beano lineup, with the exception of General Jumbo. We skip again another year to 1995, and we've got this one. So on the newer items in my collection, newer, not the newest, and we've got nice boat race sort of thing, and then yes, that's how he was winning the race. He had a seal that was doing very little work. Naughty, naughty, naughty. This one, I don't know where this one's from. Not sure, probably. But again, it was not the price has now gone up to £4.50. That's 40 pence more than the last one we looked at. So you've got them all pulling funny faces. They should be careful, wind might blow and change. It seems that Danny has won. And there's Ivy saying that he actually helped Danny. Ivy, by the way, in her older colours of blue and red. Now she's red and yellow, more or less. And again, most of these are still in Beano, with maybe a few exceptions. But one thing that you certainly get an impression of is the longevity of most of these characters. You know, you've got Billy Whiz. He was in it back in the year. He was in it for a while. So is Ivy the Terrible and the Three Bears and General Jumbo. General Jumbo was... We had comics of General Jumbo in the 60s. And here we are in the 90s. 30 years later, and he's still in it. Pretty impressive. And same Biffo. He's no longer the front cover anymore, but he's still in it. And that's one of the best things about Beano. The fact that it lives this long, that the characters don't go away. And not only this, but you also get a strong feeling as you go along. Beano loves its heritage, that it follows its, and it likes its heritage. Because if you see here, they've got some, the Bastard Kids are showing you some older comics from the older eras. And Teacher wasn't very impressed with the research because he thought, well, you're not doing very much. You need to read more research. One of the few times Teacher is good to them. The next one, 1998. You've got him posting some posters on the wall. That's one of the few comics where more or less I can't see anything different, with the exception of the barcode at the back, which is different to the front, which is a bit boring really. Maybe the inside cover's a bit better. So you've got this Beano Town barn dance with Three Bears and the band, and it's now £5.25 the price. The last comic we just looked at from a few years ago, admittedly now, was £4.10. That's an impressive price rate, guys. Really is. But here's again, it doesn't carry on from the front of the back end pages. But it's still pretty fun, and you could spend hours just looking and picking off all the fun that's going on. Billy Whiz, clearing the roads at whiz speed, taking Ted along with him and Biffo, wondering what on earth's going on, whatever. One thing that I will say about Biffo is he used to talk in the older comics, but now it's just pictures. But at least he's still in it, and that's the main thing. And yeah, here's one of they often like to do these photo stories. So they get a boy, and then they put them in a poster with favourite Beano characters, whatever. So that's pretty cool. Calamity James, Biffo again, all pretty cool. You can't really fault it. I don't think this has my favourite. Yeah, hang on, spoke too soon. It does, General Jumbo, and I love this artist. The artist in this who drew this comic stays to do General Jumbo for quite a while afterwards, and I just love the artwork he does. Mainly, this is the reason why General Jumbo, apart from the fact that he has a remote control army, is my favourite. but because of the artist. 1999 again. The only difference is on the back is that there's different characters in the windows this time, but it's very boring. You've got this, and it's £5.45. The last one was £5.25. That's nearly 25 pence difference. And oh dear, Calamity James ruins it all, doesn't he? At this point in time, you definitely have the modern lineup of the Beano. The lineup from this point doesn't really change very much. Really doesn't. Yeah, a few like Joe King, which probably won't be in it by the present day, but most of the Beano characters you see here are still in it, and that's what really impresses me. And so you could be reading, and that's cool. That really is. But anyway, we've just gone over. We're close to 12 minutes now, so I'll sign off then, and we'll do the naughties in the next part. So, see you in the next part.